Hello, this is Britt Caswell with another example video. In today's video, I'm covering example 1 from lesson 6-4 in the SavvasRealize Algebra 1 textbook. The goal of this video is to identify arithmetic and geometric sequences. So recall from previously, an arithmetic sequence is a sequence which has a common difference. All right, so from one term to the next term in the sequence, there's a common number being added or subtracted. Now, a geometric sequence follows kind of that same reasoning, except a geometric sequence has what's called a common ratio. A common ratio is a number that the sequence is being either multiplied or divided by in order to create that listing of numbers. So the goal of this example is to identify if there's a common difference or a common ratio, and then determine if it's arithmetic or geometric. All right, so let's first, on this one, test for arithmetic. So again, with an arithmetic sequence, there is a common difference. So what I'm looking for is I'm looking to see if, when I subtract one term from the other, if it's that same value. So here I'm going to do 2 minus 3, and I get -1. And then I'm going to do 4/3 minus 2. I'm going to kind of grouch a little because I don't actually know that off the top of my head. It's -2/3. So right away you could see, no, this is not arithmetic. So now let's check out for geometric. So again, for a geometric sequence, I'm seeing if there is a common ratio. So if it's being multiplied by the same value. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 divided by 3, which is 2/3. And then I'm going to go to the next value in the series. All right, and I'm going to go, well, 4/3 divided by 2. Well, that's the same thing as 4/3 times 1/2, which is 2/3. And notice how I'm getting that same value. All right, so then I'm going to do it again. Just one more time, just to make sure I'm right. You don't have to check every single term if it's a question like this where it's either or. Now, if this says if a sequence, or is the sequence arithmetic, geometric, or neither, then you better check every single term because they'll have like a common listing and then one of them will be off. But really I'm lazy, so I'm just going to do a few of these. So now I'm doing 8/9 divided by 4/3. Now remember, you got to do your keep, change, flip with fractions. So really it's times 3/4. Now here, this turns into 8 times 3 is 24, 9 times 4 is 36, which is also 2/3. So in this case, this is a geometric sequence. And again, it's because of that common ratio. Alright, so now let's try letter B and see if we can get kind of the same situation. So again, first thing I'm checking for arithmetic. And for it to be an arithmetic sequence, you have to have a common difference. It has to be jumping by the same amount. So 4.5 minus 3, well, that's 1.5. Now I'm going to check the next bounce. 6 minus 4.5, well, that's also 1.5. I'm going to check a third just to make sure I'm not crazy. 7.5 minus 6, that's also 1.5. So that means that this is an arithmetic sequence. And again, it's arithmetic because that common difference. So now on the right hand side here, I have a try it. So now let's give it a shot. I'm just gonna move stuff around just to see if I can give myself a little more room. Alright, so now for A. First, let's check for arithmetic, I guess. So remember, I'm going to be doing some subtracting. Now, you could kind of see that this isn't like a subtraction thing, right? Because watch what's happening to the decimals. Do you see how it's getting an additional decimal on each one? Adding or subtracting wouldn't do that, right? Adding and subtracting would keep the same number of decimals. So this is not arithmetic. So now let's check for geometric. Alright, so now for geometric, remember you just take one term and divide by the term behind it. So 2.2 divided by 1 is 2.2. 4.84 divided by 2.2 is 2.2. 10.648 divided by 4.84, also 2.2. So this is a geometric sequence. Oops. Sometimes spelling's hard for me. Alright, so now let's go ahead and try this last one. So again, I'm going to start with arithmetic. Alright, so 75 minus 1 is 74. 149 minus 75 is 74. 223 minus 149, also 74, so that common difference there tells me this is an arithmetic sequence. So there you have it. That is how to identify arithmetic and geometric sequences. Until next time.